What's good, y'all? It's that boy, Easy Millions, and I'm your host of that boy, ETV. You already know, man, we are back on Mecha break, and boy, oh boy, tell me about it, man. So I have been enjoying my grind in this game, but as always, man, you know there are just a few things that we have to talk about and go over to see just exactly how that thing is affecting us, man. So the first thing I'm going to say is this. Now that I've been in Diamond Plus, I see a lot more healers, man. A lot more people are playing support roles or playing support mechs, and you didn't really get that early on in the lower ranks, I would say. In the lower ranks, I felt like primarily you didn't really see too many supports, and when you did see a support, you were like, man, we got a healer on the team. But it seems like ever since I've been in the Diamond Plus lobbies, that support players are more common. And again, shout out to all y'all that main support mechs. Big ups to y'all. Y'all are definitely needed and rare in the community. Now, do I still run into games where we don't have support, a support mech on our team? That does still happen from time to time, as you are going to still run it. You know, primarily people aren't really trying to go out and play support that often. You know what I mean? So that's one thing that you would have to definitely say there. Now, the last thing I'm going to say about that is hopefully I start seeing more and more people that want to play support, because the more people we have playing support, the better, man. Now, the next thing I want to kind of talk about is for the convoy game modes, right? The way that people respawn. Now, if for everyone that doesn't understand how this game works, the way convoy works is the convoy gets moved. You can push it if you sit on it, but once you push it to a certain point, it gets stopped, and then you have to capture a point before the convoy can move forward. Now, when you're playing, right, and you're going and fighting, if it gets to the point where the first convoy moves to that first domination spot, once that happens, the enemy team is then, when they die, if they die at that point, they get spawned onto the other domination spot after that is captured. So after it's captured, every time they spawn, they will literally spawn in front of where the convoy is going. Now, I can kind of see why they do this, because it does help for a comeback factor, but it is also a little bit weird to me because of the simple fact that it feels like you get punished. Like if your team is winning the fight there and holding them back after the initial capture point, and then your team is able to push the thing forward, I do feel like by them spawning them in front of you, it does actually kind of take away from the fact that you had a lead. Like the comeback factor from the way that the respawn works in this, in my opinion, is a little too good. Like I would rather them kind of spawn like behind it a little bit, not in front of it, because I feel like the respawns put them in position to slow us down, opposed to a respawn happening and then they have to fight their way back into position in order to be able to, you know, affect the game properly. But let me know how y'all feel about the respawns. Do y'all think I'm nitpicking there and I'm just being a little extra as far as that goes? Because I might be there. So let me know how y'all feel about that. Now, another thing, I play Sky Raider and I also play a little bit of Falcon. And I'm going to say this. You know, they have a thing called flight mode, in which they enter flight mode and they should be moving faster than normal, right? You would assume that these people are moving faster than normal, but flight mode, in my opinion, does not actually seem fast in this game. And what do I mean by that? When you're in flight mode, a melee character can still run up on you, can still use their dash to catch up to you while you're in flight mode. I feel like in flight mode, they should not be able to do that. And also, snipers are able to track you extremely well while in flight mode. So again, there's two reasons there, two instances that I came up with in which flight mode doesn't seem to be moving as fast as it should. So hopefully they speed up flight mode a little bit. Like I feel like in flight mode, melee character should not be able to dash to you, and a sniper should have a much harder time tracking you than what they actually do. So hopefully we see an increase to the flight speed to those characters when they are actually in flight mode, man. I think that would be a good buff for those characters. Now, when you do win a game, I don't know if it's every time you win or after you win a certain amount of times, but when you get a win, you get rank protection cards. Now these are cool, man, because you can use these as long as I think it's within the season. So I think all the cards that you acquire you can hold, but once the season restarts, I believe you do actually need to acquire new rank cards. Now these cards are amazing in my opinion because it helps saves you from the losing points and when you've been grinding for a long period of time. Now I do think that the win-loss is fair as far as points goes, but like right now I'm literally one game away from Diamond, and I had to use 2 rank cards to make sure I stayed 1 win away. So, but I have like 8 or 9 of these things because I haven't really been using them, but they are very good because it does help protect the player when they lose a game, because every once in a while you might lose a game here or there. Or you might find a player like me where you have them stockpiled, and when I do start to lose, I finally have these to protect myself. So this is great right here, man. And then the last thing I really want to touch on is I feel like certain mechs, maybe I'm crazy, and let me know down in the comments if I'm tripping or I'm crazy, but I feel like a lot of mechs aren't truly designed to go out and get kills like others are. Like if you have a melee mech like Welkin or Panther, like I feel like those mechs are purely designed to truly go and get kills, right? Like that's what they do. It's pretty much everything they do. Someone like Stego is kind of designed to go get kills, right? Now I bring this up because as I play someone like Skyraider all the time, I feel like Skyraider's not really designed to get a whole bunch of kills. He's more designed for like laying down aerial fire and getting a lot of assists, things like that. But let me know how y'all feel about that, because I do think that not every mech in the game is designed to be a high kill mech, and that's fine. Like we know that support mechs aren't designed to get kills at all. So again, I don't feel like the flight guys, Falcon and Skyraider, they're more meant for like suppressive fire or laying down fire in the air, doing things like that. They usually end up with like a lot of assists, you know what I mean? So that is how I feel that they are. But let me know how y'all feel about that. Do y'all think that these flyers are more about getting assists and laying down fire, or do you feel like they are, attack heavy? And do you also feel like the only mechs truly designed for getting kills are like the melee characters and the ultra heavy attackers? I feel like most of the other ones are kind of just they're somewhere in the middle, you know what I mean? But if you're a melee character or if you're an attack character, then no, because Skyraider is a medium attacker and I don't feel like he's really built to get kills. So, but let me know how y'all feel about that. And then the last thing I want to do before I get up out of here and leave y'all off with some gameplay is last time I told you guys that I did have a pretty good win percentage. So I want to go ahead and back up my talk here. And as you can see, I am currently Diamond 1 and I'm only 1 game away. It doesn't actually show you that, but I am at a 70% win rate, man. As you can see, I told you guys, like, I have been pretty much doing nothing besides catching dubs as I've been playing. Part of it in the lower ranks, I know for a fact, has to do with the fact that I was playing the objective, and now that I've been in Diamond, I have been doing a lot more team fighting and getting, well, not only just getting better I'm getting better overall at the team fighting aspect in this game. Do I know how to fight individually in this game? Yes, but the team fighting aspect of this game, I definitely got a lot better at after reaching the Diamond rank levels, because now it's definitely needed, opposed to early on where you don't necessarily have to sit there and go get kills. You can literally just play the objective and get the win, because most people are completely clueless on what's going on around them, man. But as always, man, let me know down in the comments how y'all feel about what I talked about here, man. Do y'all feel every mech is meant to design to get kills? How do y'all feel about the rank protection cards? Also, do y'all like how the respawns work in Convoy? And once more, shout out to them healers, man. But I'm going to leave y'all off with the rest of this gameplay here in the background, and I hope y'all enjoy that, man. But as always, please like, comment, subscribe, follow, share, become a supporter, and catch me streaming on Facebook Gaming and Twitch at ThatBoyETV. Now, let's get into the action.